Hey everybody, Scott from Watchuseek, and today I am going to be looking at the Meistersinger Metris. Now, Meistersinger is a German company. They've been around since 2001, and they mainly do single-handed watches. So I was looking on their website, and it looks like their entire collection right now currently has just single-handed watches. And we'll get into a little bit more detail about how that works and how you read it. This Metris is new for 2018. It was released at Basel World, and I love this case shape. This case, we'll talk a little bit first about the case here, but you can see the way that my lights here in the studio are reflecting off the different surfaces. So it's a stainless steel case, and the case is water resistant to 200 meters, so kind of a go anywhere watch. The dimension is 38 millimeter, and we have a height of 12 millimeter. So it has a slight dome crystal, but let me zoom in a little bit here. We have this look of these integrated lugs. Now they call it kind of a retro design, and you could say maybe, going back to the 70s, almost like a turtle case, just this integrated look with these really short lugs. But what they've done here is these lugs have different surfaces to them with different finishes. So we have this brush surface here leading into this polished surface here, leading into a brush surface here, and then we have another polished. So let's look at it from the side. We have this lovely arc going across here from lug to lug that sweeps across the case here. On the top of that, this top surface is brushed. So it's going to, this is brushed on the side. And then we have the polished right here. And then we also have a slightly a polished area here, just this little sliver of light under there. So that picks it up. You can see it's a solid case back there. It's held in with 6 screws. But this case design it's fun. So let's go. We have a polished here, and then we lead into this little bit of a brushed area here, and then a highly polished bezel going around the blue dial. Now this particular model, the Metris, it's available in 4 different dial colors. They have a silver, a black, an ivory, and a blue. Obviously this is the blue. And interestingly, what they do is on the different colors, they will do a contrasting hand here. So for example, I believe on the black, the hand is red. So each one has a very unique feel about it. So the dome crystal here, if we look at this, it's a sapphire crystal, and you can see right there we have a date magnifier that is right over the date there, Cyclops. I refer to it as a Cyclops. At first, when I first saw the watch, I thought, wow, this case is really cool. I like it. And then I saw the Cyclops and I went, no, I'm not a Cyclops person. But after wearing it for a couple days, I'm not looking at it from that much of an angle to where it really pops out. When it's on your wrist, you're pretty much on axis. And I will say it does a really good job of enlarging the date window down there. So, it's polarizing with a Cyclops on a crystal, but anyway, they put it on there. If we jump into the dial now, we can see it's a blue dial. I would kind of call it like a semi-gloss. I wouldn't call it a glossy dial, or neither is it a matte dial, but it is a very nice blue color here. The way this works, let's just talk about a one-hand watch. So you see we have the hours here, 1 through 12, and there are, what is the number on here? There's 144 markers across the dial. And then you have larger markers at the 15, the 30, and then the 45. So you can kind of see that, how close can I get maybe in there? So you can easily see that the 30-minute right here is a little larger. So if I'm looking at this, just on a quick glance, I can see it's to 235 maybe, somewhere in there. There is no second hand. You're not looking at this watch to get the exact time, right? It's weird. It slows me down when I'm reading the time. I go, okay, so it's 2:35, and I almost like say it in my head as I read it, because we're so used to a hand position being here, that would maybe be 12 minutes, and then I'm like looking for the hour, and I'm like, well, that's a date, that's not an hour. Oh, so okay, so it's 2:35. So anyway, after a day or two of wearing it, I got very comfortable quickly telling the time. So the printing here, let me just say that the printing is very, very well done. It's well executed. It's very crisp, very clean, and that really ties in with this needle hand that points all the way out to these very sharp markers here on the printed on the dial here. They are lume filled. The hand is superluminova, as well as the numerals are superluminova. I'll put a lume shot up for you guys. Overall, pretty cool, easy to read. I do wish the lume was a little better filled in on the hand here. When you're looking at it, especially close, you're inspecting it, you can see that it's not just a super solid filled hand. But, at arm's length, it's fine. One thing I forgot to talk about, and I'm looking at it here, is the crown guards here. So we've got the crown here at 3. Nice size crown. It is a screw down crown. The crown guards are very nice, and they sit on, if we cut the crown in half, they're more on the top half of the crown here, which allows you to very easily get once I unscrew this, it's real easy to get a nail underneath and pull that out to whatever position I need to get it into. It is a quick set date. Well, I don't want to change the date here. I'm going to move forward in time. Let's go to say like 5 o'clock, and I can move into this position. I can move forward, easily change the date. The movement is a 2824-2. It's an automatic movement. It gives you a 38 hour power reserve. I mean, this is an ETA movement, been around for years, easily serviced anywhere in the world. Very reliable kind of a thing. So nice choice in movement here. I will say Meistersinger did just this year come out with, I believe it's the Urban collection, and they're using a Miyota movement, and they're getting the one-hand automatic style below $1,000. So pretty cool. I definitely like that they're trying to hit different price points. So all 4 models of the Metris come on a Nato strap. And as far as Nato straps go, this is a very nice strap. It's very soft. It has nice edge finishing on here, so you don't have a rough edge. So I'm not a big Nato strap person. I think that this watch, it's, what did I say? It's about 12.5 millimeters tall. It's not a tall watch at all. I mean, 12.5 millimeters is not a very tall watch. At 38 millimeters in diameter here, it does give it a little bit of a stubby feel. And when you put 2 different or 2 layers of nylon there, it sits a little higher up on your wrist. So there are a variety of different strap options that they have. And in fact, if you go to their website and you look at this watch, you can, at the bottom of the site, you can select different straps and kind of get an idea of how it would look. So let's get the Meistersinger Metris on the wrist. So here we have the Meistersinger Metris on my wrist. And for reference, my wrist size is about 7.25 inches or 18.5 centimeters. And this watch, being in at, 38 millimeters, fits just fine. I don't think it's too small or too large. It's very comfortable on the wrist. I will say the Nato strap is nicely sized. I don't have to take this and loop it around to get back in there. So I don't have to do my cutting of the Nato strap to get it to fit. It's very comfortable. Like I said, this strap is very soft. So overall, very nice wearability, very comfortable the way that this sits up high. And I was talking about the crown guards, how they sit up a little higher. So easy movement on the wrist. So my takeaway of the Meistersinger Metris. I mean, first off, obviously, just a one-handed watch. I mean, I was just at a Red Bar meetup this past week, and I didn't see a single-handed watch. So in that regards, it's pretty unique. I definitely did enjoy it. It slowed me down a little bit with telling time, and also the realization that I don't need to know the time right to the minute or to the second. Relatively speaking, you're just saying, oh, what time-ish is it? Oh, I gotta get in the car, I gotta go pick up the kids, what have you. It's not really down to the minute. So I think in your head, you think about time a little differently, which I definitely enjoyed while I was wearing this watch. Now, most of the Meistersingers, they have definitely a family look to it, and some of them are a little, I don't want to say fuddy-duddy, but more of the old-fashioned or just a different feel. This watch with the Metris definitely feels up to date, a little more contemporary. I think some of that has to do definitely with this K-shape, which I definitely love. I will say the finishing, you can see how the creases and the how it's finished from the brush to the polished. It's very well executed. So definitely a fun watch, something different to wear. The price for the Meistersinger Metris comes in at $1,795 US. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to leave comments below and subscribe. Thanks for watching.